Damn.
Hey, quick question. Do
Damn.
y'all think playing video games is a sport?
They got esports leagues.
Yeah. So y'all consider it a sport?
I mean,
The Army does. They got a whole
people
fucking.
people get paid for it.
Exactly.
If you compete, it's a sport.
The Army
What's
literally
the
has
sport?
like a whole recruited team for esports.
If you compete, I think sports is anything competition wise.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a competition, but that sounds good. How do y'all feel about doing a
Man, it's a dictionary. He uses the word and the definition. What's up, Podsters? Welcome back to Pod Ties. This is episode 39.
Let's get it.
I hit myself in the nose.
uppercut by the mic?
Too lit.
I got too geeked. I am 1/4 of Pod Ties, Dylan, and these are my brothers / co-hosts, Jeff. Drip Jeff in the building. Albert, the original.
Let's go.
And last but not least, the one, the only, Kyron.
Yes, sir.
You switched it up today.
I swear I've been saying yes, sir, since the episode.
Yeah, but you said it with a different tone. Different ending.
Same
They
difference.
were more enthusiasm.
Yeah.
That's because we're getting closer to 40. First, I want to give a huge shout out to our returning viewers and listeners. You, the Podster. Thank you for keeping them ties strong. And if this is your first time, thank you for joining the ties. Now, let's get into some football. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
What was that?
That man made his own beat.
Bootleg football you be watching.
No, that
This
was
is BBC.
It's funny you said that because that was like the super freaky instrumental.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
You know there's a network called BBC, right?
Nope.
I told you, that's why that link was directing me to a certain page.
Mm-hmm.
It's in London.
Isn't that like I thought that was like that channel that has all the like infomercials on.
No.
All right. We had the Goat Bowl. Buccaneers versus the Packers. Number 12 versus number 12. Brady versus Rodgers. A great NFC championship game at Lambeau Field. Tampa Bay went on to win it, though, 31-26. And Tom Brady is going to his 10th Super Bowl appearance.
Crazy.
I think he stands alone when it comes to 10 Super Bowl appearances. No other, not even New England has that. Other teams, well, maybe New England does have that because they did go to Super Bowl a few times before Tom Brady. I have to fact check that. But anyway, still an impressive milestone. We look at the numbers here. Tom Brady was 20 of 36, 280, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and the second half he did show his age. Rodgers, 33 of 48, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and interception. Rushing on both ends were not that great. Fournette did have an impressive run there when he scored the touchdown, where he did the little spin cycle and
nice.
landed on the defender to get into the end zone. Aaron Jones, I don't know what happened to him in this game, Do you think maybe it's an injury? It always comes in the off season for teams when they finally disclose the injury that a person had, and they just been playing with that injury for almost the whole season. But he didn't look like himself. Receiving, Chris Godwin finally showed up this year. Last year he had a breakout year, and in this game he showed that he is maybe the best wide receiver on the team because it damn sure ain't Mike Evans. Right, Jeff?
Damn sure not Mike Evans.
What do they need to do?
Release his butt.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling had 4 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, he had like 67 receiving yards. Once again, wasn't terrible numbers, but not the numbers that we're accustomed to when it comes to an elite wide receiver like him. And then the defensive side, Green Bay allowed 5 sacks, and that was because one of their top offensive linemen is out for the season, and David Bakhtiari, I think that's how you pronounce his name. But with all that said, how do you guys feel about this game? What was your reaction? Especially since we all picked Green Bay to win.
I'm not betting against Tom Brady in crunch time ever again.
Yeah, I say that every year. I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady because every year I end up betting against Tom Brady because I don't think he can do it, but he ends up doing it.
Yep, and just what happened this year is documented on Pie Ties.
Documented. Oh yeah.
Tom Brady looked great in the first half, right? I mean, he was throwing dimes, throwing the ball. I mean, it floated in the air. It wasn't like like a bullet pass that you would see Aaron Rodgers throw, but the timing was great. It seemed like him and his receivers were on the same wavelength as far as their thinking. So he looked great in the first half, and then, as I said, in the second half, his age started to show. Green Bay started to pressure him a lot more, and so he would just throw the ball because he didn't want to get sacked. So he would throw it up even more, hang time, and then he had 2 interceptions in the second half. So with that, did he still do enough where you say, man, Tom Brady's so great, he won this game, or did his defense kind of help him out, Albert?
I definitely think it was on the defensive side. I have a couple of notes here. Tom, he played great in the first half, but like you said, he slowed down the second half, and with a total of 3 interceptions, that's a detriment to your team. Green Bay had 34 minutes of possession versus the Bucks 28 minutes. So you think you could control the time, that you would control the game, but Green Bay was playing catch up the whole entire time. But the Bucks definitely, their defense definitely won this game, especially with the 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had a great game. He had 346 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had the interception, 33 for 48. But that offensive line was just it was just bad. They was getting to the defense was getting after him every single play. This goes to my point that I'm going to talk about later about Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, I think the Bucks definitely had a great game though. 2 for 2 in the red zone, and the Packs had 4 penalties in which they lost 30 yards, and I'm pretty sure they would want that back. Seeing how they played in the last 4 minutes.
Definitely, this is a game of interest. So anytime you reward the other team with free yards, a free play, definitely bites you in the butt in the end, especially when it's a 1-possession game like it was. They lost by 5 points. Now, Kyron, do you think because Tampa Bay had their turnovers, but the fact that Green Bay couldn't score on those turnovers, did that also bite them in the butt?
It definitely came back to bite them in the butt. The name of the game for the Packers was missed opportunities. That's what it was. Hey, settled for 3 points when you had Aaron Rodgers at the helm, first of all. 2-point conversion, dropped. And then, Brady threw 3 picks, and they didn't capitalize on any of them, I don't think. I think they went 3 now on all 3. So it was their fault. It wasn't.
Next Gen Stats provided by the one, the only Kyron.
Yes, sir.
Just speaking of those turnovers, we saw. I don't know who called the play, but let's just say that the coach Bruce Arians called it because he is a risk taker. Before halftime, he decided to go for it on fourth down, I believe, and not kick the field goal. And then when they scored the touchdown, I think it was Brady to Scott Miller. That definitely made the gap a lot wider than it probably would have been. Did that give Tampa Bay energy going into the locker room? And then I have another part to that question. Did Aaron Jones, that forced turnover, did that also just continue to give Tampa Bay this energy that Green Bay just couldn't come back, and that's why they couldn't win the game? Because Tampa Bay was feeling themselves.
Pretty much. Tampa Bay, I'm not gonna say the game was one-sided, but you can tell that the momentum was clearly on Tampa Bay's side. To have the guts to, instead of just kicking a field goal, which most teams would do, they was like, nah, you know what? F it.
They trusted Tom Brady.
Exactly. And he walk away with 6. So
Especially
great
Brady
play.
and Miller. Those two, they have this deep connection that Brady doesn't have with any of his other wideouts.
Yeah.
It's like Tampa Bay trusted their quarterback. I don't think Green Bay did it down the stretch.
Well, Aaron Rodgers threw his coach under the bus, saying that, what was it, not going for it or going for it? I think it was not going for it.
The fact that they took the late field goal instead of going for it in the end zone.
I would have done it too, honestly.
It's Rodgers. Why not?
Yeah, not him not with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, bro. Come on, man.
Look how he was playing the rest of the game. He looked good on paper, but obviously he was like timid or something, because Aaron Rodgers is not known for throwing picks, but he's also known for just he would rather throw the ball away and get a sack versus throwing a pick. And you could tell how he was hesitant on that play we were talking about earlier, how he didn't run it. I don't know. I just didn't. I just didn't trust him because he didn't really have his receivers in the game.
Yeah, but you have Tom Brady on the other side. It's Tom Brady. He's gonna hit his receivers, and then they're going to capitalize on that lead. So I don't know. It's not going for it. It's like, did you really think you were going to win?
Albert, you stated this before, a long time ago, that the Ndamukong Suh is in Rodgers' head. You think that played a part in the fact that he sort of played it safe and he wasn't as mobile as we're used to, because he didn't run outside the pocket too much. He didn't really get a lot of yards with his legs that we're accustomed to when the pocket does collapse, because the pocket was collapsing a lot. You had Shaq Barrett aggressively attacking him, Sue, and JPP. So you think that those guys played a factor in the fact that he just kind of stayed in the pocket, and if his wideouts weren't open, he just kind of took the sack?
Definitely. Sue is there, and then JPP. Just that whole defense is just like, man, especially if you have one of your top offensive linemen out, you don't have the ability to scramble and get those extra yards. But the NFC Championship game, you gotta lay it out all on the line. You can't be hesitant.
True.
I agree. All right, well, let's talk about really quickly the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are the first team in the history of the Super Bowl, 54 years, they're the first team to actually host a Super Bowl at their own home stadium. How impressive is that? How important is that as well for a team heading into the Super Bowl?
Never been done, man. And it's just kind of like cinematic that it's Tom Brady switches teams, goes to the Super Bowl the year after, and playing in Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl.
Do you see 22,000 fans in the stands as home field advantage? Now, most likely all of them won't be Tampa Bay fans. But let's say not just the fans, but the fact that you get to do your regular routine when you're in Tampa Bay. You get home, cooked meals, get to probably sleep in your own bed. So the fact that you get to be in your home during the season, is that an advantage over the team that they face in 2 weeks?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's different type of energy, man. It's fans. I don't care what nobody say. Fans in the stadiums matter on the court, everything, because they feed off their energy, man. So it's definitely an advantage.
I think if it was any other season, yeah. But we also got to remember the Super Bowl is announced like a year, 2 years out, and then tickets sell out pretty fast. So it's not like
Mm.
all Tampa Bay fans bought those tickets, and then plus COVID going on. I read the report that the NFL gave away like 9,000 tickets to like first responders and nurses and stuff. So it's not going to be all of the Buccaneers, and I'm pretty sure since COVID's going to go, they probably not going to allow them to be at home. They're probably going to stick them to a hotel that's pretty close by, but I don't think. I don't know. I don't think they really have the home field advantage. I think they're just playing at home with COVID going on. But if it was like a different year, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because remember I had a reservation to go to Tampa Bay to watch the Cowboys play, and I think I sold my ticket to a Minnesota Vikings fan. So yeah, you're right. There won't be a lot of Buccaneers fans in the stands. Valid point. All right, now I want to get your opinion on this, Jeff. How much should the Green Bay Packers fans be panicking based on what Aaron Rodgers said post-game? He said there's a lot of guys on this roster. Their future's uncertain, including me. If you're a Green Bay Packers fan, are you afraid of that comment? And do you think the era of Jordan Love has begun?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers still has like 2 years left on his contract. I mean, basically that's your team, and I mean, you just made it to the NFC Championship. No, you didn't win because you ran into Tom Brady, and I mean, you played kind of iffy, but still had an overall good game. So it doesn't really make sense why you would want to like go to a different situation. But I don't know. I didn't like the way he threw his coach under the bus. Like, Aaron Rodgers that I know, if you really didn't like the play, then you would have changed the play. Like he did multiple times with Mike McCarthy. So he says in reports. So I don't know, man. I think he just in his feelings.
Possibly. But when you see your peer in Tom Brady have success, his first year, he's going to the Super Bowl with a different team. He didn't like how things were operating in New England, so he decided to go down to South Florida. You don't think Aaron Rodgers is thinking, hey, if he can do that, I can probably do that? Because Green Bay hasn't been listening to me. They're not giving me defensive players. They're not giving me wide receivers. They're drafting a quarterback in the first round.
I can't even play.
That's true. When you put it that way, why not?
Yeah. he made that sound real real tempting right there.
Jimmy G may be out of there. San Francisco needs a team.
This man can stay on the field.
He ain't going nowhere.
And that's his hometown.
He ain't going nowhere.
And they have a defense. And they have some weapons on offense.
If any NFL GM, I would not bet on Aaron Rodgers.
Boy, you crazy.
How old is Aaron Rodgers?
And why is that, Albert?
Because he's overrated.
Oh, first Breeze and now Rodgers. But this time, I'm not going to refute that because I agree. Aaron Rodgers is overrated. 1-4 in the NFC Championship.
Dang.
Come on, man. You haven't been to Super Bowl since 2011. I was like 3 years old then.
Let's go.
Dang,
But think about who he ran into
Nah, I don't care about who he ran
There's a
into.
lot of players that don't even make it to the NFC
I
Championship.
don't care.
Who did he
We
run
ain't
into?
talking about a lot of players.
I don't know. Ask the intern.
What?
I can't
I gonna
remember.
make a claim.
He ran into
No.
Jimmy G last year and a great San Francisco defense. He ran into Russell Wilson and a great defense there in the Legion of Boom. I
That's
don't know
two.
who else he played in the other two games, but still, if you're Aaron Rodgers and you're supposedly the GOAT, you're supposed to have a winning record in the NFC Championship.
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest throwers of the football.
No,
He is.
he is, but he's definitely overrated. Are we going straight to that topic, or are we going to talk about the Bucks? I mean, the Chiefs first, because I got notes for this
Well, notes for what?
for the Aaron Rodgers overrated topic.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Ooh,
all right.
Talk your
Put it
ish.
out there. Do it.
Aaron Rodgers, a Hall of Famer, right? 9-time Pro Bowler.
Debatable.
What?
Well,
Are you just trying to throw me off? Is this some type of mind game?
oh my God.
Yeah, he wants to agree with you so you don't talk. So you don't go on a rant.
A Super Bowl champion, 2-time MVP, 3-time All-Pro, right? Great stats, right? 2018, he had his one of his best seasons. He threw for 4,400 yards, 25 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. But the Packers were also 6-9-1 that season. So how do you have your best offensive stats, but your team doesn't do anything? You know who this reminds me of? Anthony Romo. Some people call him Tony Romo.
Wait a minute, though. To Aaron Rodgers, oh shoot. To Aaron Rodgers' defense, didn't that year he missed a lot of games? How many games did he play that year?
I'm gonna get to that.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Now, let's talk about these great quarterbacks. They're Hall of Famers. One is active. Well, 2 is active, right? Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, John Elway, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Brett Favre. All Hall of Famers, right? We know this. They all have more playoff wins than Aaron Rodgers, right?
Ooh.
Now, Tom Brady has 6 rings. Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw have 4, respectively. Elway, Manning, and Roethlisberger have 2, respectively. And Brett Favre obviously has the 1. So, how would you place Aaron Rodgers above any of these quarterbacks based off of just his single season performance if he didn't deliver in the postseason? He's 1-3 in the NFC Championship. He's 11-8 as a starter in the postseason. But I mean, he's tied with Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach for the most postseason wins, but he doesn't have their championship rings. So it's like, does the record really matter how many postseason wins you have? He's a single season player. All he cares about is his stats. He's like a Russell Westbrook. He doesn't throw that many interceptions, not because he's just like this outstanding quarterback where people don't pick him off. No, he holds the ball. He gets sacks. He's known for just holding the ball. He's not known for throwing it away. That's why he doesn't get interceptions. Like, it's just, and then 2017 with 2018 he missed, like, he's not reliable. He's not a reliable quarterback as far as being healthy. He can't up and move and go to another team. Why? Because he might just get injured. Tom Brady is not known for being injury prone, but Aaron Rodgers is. He's not known for being a leader. Tom Brady is. So let's be honest. Aaron Rodgers is definitely overrated. And then one last stat, right? QBR. This is what we like to talk about when we talk about quarterbacks, right? His highest QBR was when? It was this season. He had 84.3. The last time his QBR was this high was 83.8 in 2011 when he led his team to a championship. So, how do you have such a great QBR and then nothing? Like you don't do anything with it, right? They don't hang up a banner in Lambeau Field. Well, almost NFC champions. No, they don't. You are overrated. From 2017 to 2019, his QBR dropped from 66 to 58 and to 52.5 respectively. And I'm done. He's overrated.
That's interesting.
Jeff, you look perturbed down there.
First things first. Now, the National Football League, or the NFL, however you want to call it, the Shield, has multiple names.
What?
Isn't that a WWE tag team group?
Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
Nah, because you know the NFL logo it's a shield.
Nobody calls the NFL the National Football League.
Okay. Anyways, the National Football League.
The Shield.
I'm gonna start calling it that.
The shield with the football and the star.
Everyone knows how hard it is to not only win a NFL game, but to get to the Super Bowl. So, on top of that, it's a team sport. So you cannot ultimately blame him for his unsuccess in reaching the Super Bowl. This man ran into Tom Brady. Dylan just said he ran into Russell Wilson with the great Seattle defense and San Francisco last year with the great defense, which Aaron Rodgers has never had. So it's pretty much like a Russell Wilson situation. Basically, he has to do all he can. If he doesn't play well, then they lose. Aaron Rodgers. Now, he did have a chance to bring the game within striking distance if he had just ran the ball. He may not have scored, but he at least made it pretty close to the end zone. Could have been like 3rd and goal or whatever. I can't remember what down it was, but he had a good chance to make it in there. So he should have ran the ball, but he didn't. He cracked on the pressure. That is his fault. He doesn't get a pass from me on that. But everything else that you discussed, Albert, I just can't accept it.
But in the 13 years he's been in the league, 8 of those years, his QBR has been under 70%. So if this was any other quarterback, we wouldn't be sitting here saying, "Oh, he's not he's not overrated." Yes, he is overrated. Just because you play good during the regular season, it doesn't matter. You can play good. Do you want a good quarterback that's going to get you championships ring, or do you want a great quarterback that's going to get you one in over 13 years? I mean, you grew up behind watching Brett Favre play, and then you take his job, and then you win a championship. Everyone deems you the hero of Lambeau and all this stuff, and then you just throw everybody else under the bus. Mike McCarthy, like, he throws everybody under the bus. He never takes responsibility for what he does on the field, because why? He is not a postseason quarterback. You need him just to get you to the playoffs, and after that he just takes a break.
But it's the playoffs, bro. Like, football, like, this is not basketball, bro. Like, football, it's a team effort. When you're in the playoffs, it's a whole different ball game. Like I mentioned earlier with the Cleveland Browns. How do you win football games in the playoffs? Run the ball, defense. What does Green Bay have? No defense, and they did not run the ball effectively. So
Why?
Because they don't have it. Aaron Jones
They don't have what?
a defense. They don't have an organization that's gonna put the team in place to win. It's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers will take us to the promised land.
I don't know why they kept splitting the carries between Jones. I like Jamal Williams. AJ Dillon, he had one good run, but in that game. But in the season, he hasn't been a reliable rookie, which is another fault to the front office for drafting a running back so high when you have a decent backup running back and a really good running back in Aaron Jones. And I don't know why they abandoned the run game so quickly. But I'm sure it's because of that D line, the front seven with what we were talking about, JPP, Sue, Shaq Barrett. You can't try to run it up the middle. I heard this on Undisputed today. You can't try to run it up the middle because those guys, you're not going to get too many yards with them. They're coming after you as soon as the ball is handed. As soon as Aaron Rodgers hands the ball off to whoever is in the backfield, they're nipping that in the bud pretty quickly.
All right, go ahead. Say what you're about to say. This man talking nonsense, talking about football, unlike basketball, is a team sport. I guess I miss basketball when one person tips the ball to himself, he shoots it.
Hey man, basketball is definitely a
Y'all literally take what I say too literally.
sport. But anyways, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers being overrated. So it was some good compelling arguments that you young men have brought forward to the table. But I am going
Sure,
to.
we all older than you.
Right.
Are y'all old? Y'all 34? All right. Well, you old men, you happy now? You old men. Some real good compelling arguments that you old dusty men. Brought forward to my table, my computer, my ears. You guys bless my ears with your knowledge. I am going to agree. I'm going to agree with Dylan and Albert on this one, man. Dude is overrated.
What?
I'm overrated.
Overrated.
I thought you said Dylan's overrated. I was like, dang.
Oh no!
You called me dusty and old. Now I'm overrated.
Hey, let me on Jeff. Jeff made me say it. No, I'm going to agree, man. There's no lie that the dude's a great QB, right? But as Albert said already, dude is a regular season QB. The numbers prove it. He has a regular season record, 126, 63, and 1. It's a good record, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Now to the playoffs. Playoff record is now 11-9.
Oh yeah,
It's still a winning record,
barely.
but barely. I mean, it's still a winning record though. But when you get down to these NFC championships, 1-4, man.
1-4.
Now 1-4. You are judged about what you do in the postseason. And I believe we probably touched on it in like earlier episodes. But yeah, man. I just think the icing on the cake is when he didn't get that ball. He didn't do Aaron Rodgers things in crunch time. I think he ran away. Well, he didn't change the play call, man. I think that's the icing on the cake for me.
And
There's no way that ball shouldn't have been in that man's hands in like the last possessions.
Kyron put the icing on the cake. I'm gonna put the strawberry and the nuts on top. You know why? Because you did say 1-4, so that made me think. Aaron Rodgers. Look what Tom Brady just did. Tom Brady just left a team that he's been with his entire career. He went to a team that was not stacked, didn't have anybody on that team, and managed. No, they did not have a lot of people on that team. They picked up a lot more people. He managed to get AB. This man AB been suspended like 80 times the last 15 years. He managed to add on a lot of people and turn this team from a B plus team to an A plus team in a matter of a year. And somehow Aaron Rodgers, everybody knows he's been the guy since 2009. He hasn't been able to make any adjustments or make any like hey GM, hey we need this or blah blah blah. It's somehow it's always everybody else's fault in Green Bay but Aaron Rodgers. You have the same winning percentage once the game starts that that the other team has. And for 13 years of his career, he's had that same winning percentage. And I mean,
I agree with you earlier, Albert. But I disagree with you on two things. Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay for a reason.
He ain't stupid.
Tom Brady's stupid?
I say he's not stupid.
Oh, okay. My fault.
Nah, he said stupid.
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin had superb years as far as statistics last year with Jameis Winston as their starting QB. Defensive side, you can see that they had some young talent. You're right. Tom Brady, with the success and just the name alone, he did bring a lot of good free agents to that team. And Ndamukong Suh, Leonard Fournette, AB, Gronk, all those guys. So you're right on that. But it's not like Tom Brady just went there and like LeBron James, where he knew he would have to wait a year and then add some pieces the next year. LeBron sacrificed that 1 year because he knew AD would come eventually. But that wasn't the situation with Tom Brady. And the other thing I disagree with you on, something about Aaron Rodgers, I can't remember. So, never mind.
But,
all right, guys.
Not that much to disagree on.
Yeah, there's not. You were rolling for a while. Everyone's on par pretty much so far. I'm liking it. Kyra's the MVP though, but look who's not. Albert, you took another big L. We all took big L's, but you're highlighted for this one because you were texting us during the game. I hate y'all. How you gonna hate us and blame us for your decision-making skills? You picked
pressure.
You picked the Buccaneers. Well, you're too old to be pressured by your peers.
No.
And then you see Bill Belichick over there. He's upset because I'm sure he, like everyone else, thought that Tom Brady wouldn't reach the Super Bowl without his genius mind and his defensive, what do you call him? He's a defensive guru. But we're all salty for because we all took a big L. But Albert, I just thought that you should be alone in this graphic. Now, Chiefs versus the Bills, AFC Championship. The bottom part down there, that bottom bullet point, Buffalo did lead the game 9-0. But, of course, Kansas City, they scored 3 touchdowns in a blink of an eye. It's 21-9, and then they never looked back. They ended up winning 38-24. Patrick Mahomes had a stellar game, only 9 incompletions, 325, 3 touchdowns. And that's because of his 2 wide receivers that he relied on heavily, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Their numbers always look pretty similar. Cheetah had 9 receptions, 172 yards. Travis Kelce, 13 receptions, 118, and 2 touchdowns. The rushing game on both sides in this one wasn't great either. The fact that Josh Allen was the team high rusher, it's kind of like the Ravens, their style of play, and we see that does not take your team to the level of that every team strives to be in, and that's the Super Bowl. And then you look at Cole Beasley and Stephon Diggs, they had pretty good numbers. And speaking of injuries that come out after a team goes into the offseason, Cole Beasley, they say, played with a broken leg during that game. I know from first-hand experience being a Cowboys fan that he's definitely just one of those guys that has a high tolerance for pain, and he puts his body out on the line every game, so that's respectable. Now to the Bills, it's their off season.
Yeah, okay.
Josh Allen said this, and I'm sure Jeff said this after the game to his family. He said they will be back, or he probably even included himself. We will be back. Well, I'm actually quoting Jeff. I'm not quoting Josh Allen. So do you guys agree with Jeff that they will be back and actually make it to the Super Bowl with this core that they have? Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley. Defense not that great. I mean, it's okay, but it's average. Sean McDermott as your head coach, he's a great head coach. I'll just go ahead and go. If they want to get to that next level, Josh Allen cannot be your leading rusher. It has to be an actual running back. You may need a committee because that's what a lot of teams have now. Now I say that the Chiefs, we saw their numbers. They didn't have great numbers. Their rookie, Edwards Hilaire, he hasn't had a standout game since like week 12 or probably even before that. So, but that's the Chiefs. They're an anomaly like the Warriors. But all that to say, do you think that they have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl with this core?
Am I allowed to answer?
Yes, sir.
You damn right they have a chip. They're gonna make it back, man. They are going to make it back. I repeat.
Okay, I'm not saying the AFC Championship. I'm saying Super Bowl. Can they make it to the grandest of stages?
I don't think their offensive firepower is big. I don't think it's there.
That's why Jeff had to breathe in deep because he didn't know it, man.
I don't think it's there, man.
In the next 5 years, yes.
In the next 50.
Next year.
What's the average lifespan of an NFL player?
I don't, like you said, they have to get a running game for sure. I mean, I feel like the Allen and Diggs, their connection is great. They need another weapon, maybe a tight end, another wideout, preferably a tight end. I think that'll help. That'll give them a safety blanket. But yeah, like they really don't have enough weapons, especially if they're gonna have to keep running into Patrick Mahomes. They need more firepower to try to keep up, or at least a decent running game that's gonna keep Patrick Mahomes off the field and control that time of possession. But without that, I mean, it may just be back to back. They're gonna keep running into Patrick Mahomes every year, and they're not gonna be able to get over that hurdle.
I can definitely see that happen, like the '90s Bills teams, where they went to 4 consecutive Super Bowls and they lost each of them. So I feel for Buffalo fans, it's like you get a really great team, but every quarter century, and then they go on this run, but they can never actually seal the deal. So I feel for them.
Yeah, this was the first time in 27 years that they went this far in the postseason.
Wow.
And
right.
Cole Beasley, he played great, and he played with the broken fibula. But
That's amazing.
Buffalo lost some key defensive players last year. They lost Jordan Phillips and Shaq Lawson in free agency, and then their star Letu, I don't know how to say his name, opted out because of COVID this year. But their linebackers have been horrible. Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano, missing games because of injuries. They need a couple more pieces. They're not going to be back in the championship next year if they don't get them fixed.
Yeah, you're right. You have to continue to build. You can't regress, and that's why they need to definitely. They have a pretty good young running back in Zach Moss, but I think he went on IR a while back, like right after the midpoint of the season. So he was actually one of their best players, because Singletary, I had him on my fantasy team for a while, and he just had no type of production. And but you have to get stronger in the run game, and then defense, like you were saying, Albert. Defense is definitely important, because even the Chiefs have a defense, and that's why the offense can just kind of relax and coast for most of the game, because that defense at least keeps them in the game.
Get some stops when they need to.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because it wasn't like the Chiefs were winning by a lot. And the Bills did have a chance. Josh Allen did throw a pick in the end zone, or close to the end zone, which kind of messed up any type of momentum that they had themselves. Kind of reminded me of that Ravens-Bills game in the previous week. So they did have a chance, but as we've said before, like with games this year and other years, sometimes the final score is deceiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City's firepower is too crazy.
It is.
They score at ease, which also helps their defense. It keeps them fresh. Well, maybe, I don't know. because
That defense was playing great.
yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
Frank Clark and those boys. Honey Badger is always someone that he's going to secure that secondary part of the field. Well,
Yeah, because they went to the red zone 5 times and only was good 2 of the times the Bills were. So that defense was really good.
Jeff, I know we have I'm on your head later, but I'm on your head right now because you did come to your senses and you did say that the Chiefs would end up winning, but you take a big L because at first you said the Bills would win. Bills Mafia.
I remember.
You did all those antics and stuff, and you
Yep.
really believed it. You really believed it. You weren't doing it just to rile up people that were watching. You actually, truly, genuinely thought that the Bills were actually going to win this game.
The boy said, I felt it in my soul.
You and that Xavier.
Yeah, you and Xavier take big L's. Xavier, I know you're watching. Big L's for you.
Big ups, man.
All right. Here are the
Yes, sir.
standings, but I have to be fair. The intern also made a graphic for me too. We talked about the race, the road to 500 for me, and that ended in the first game, the Buccaneers versus Packers. So here I go. Road to an L. I take a big L. I take the biggest L because my record will be under 500 this year. But I'll be back.
And that's how you know that. Go back to that picture. You thought the glasses were 2021. It was 2020. It was 202L because it was predicting you taking the L.
And that's my overall record percentage. 0.202. Don't worry, Albert. Your day's coming again. All right. Well, we all know Kyron won. He's the inaugural champion. But this is where it gets juicy, guys.
I ain't crowning him.
This man will not accept that Kyron has won.
Nope. At the beginning of
This is an anomaly. This is an anomaly.
How? When he's been Mr. Pick Six for
because he was hating on the first
because
episode.
Kyron
gonna be in last place.
even Kyron said that. Kyron just started watching football this year. This man don't know how to pick teams. He been out here.
Obviously, he does.
He been insider trading. That's what it's called. I'm calling the SEC. As soon as we get off of this, I'm calling the SEC. Insider trading. I don't know what it is. He's the wolf of Wall Street, but in Dallas. So you like the wolf of Harry Hines.
What does SEC have to do with this?
They're
aren't they just a college conference?
That boy hater. Yeah, boy.
Anyway, this is where it gets juicy, guys, because Kyron already won.
No biggie.
I'm the biggest loser of them all. But Jeff and Albert, if you two, Albert, you have to go with the opposite team that Jeff picks. Because if your team wins, that means you have the better weekend record and you get that second spot. But if you pick the same team, it doesn't matter if you win, lose, draw, you're in third place. So you guys have to split it. You have to go with the opposite
y'all
team.
have to toss it up.
Oh yeah, you have to flip a coin. Oh, I like that, Kyron. Let's go. Well, it's not time to predict yet. We're actually going to predict not next episode, but next week, since we have that bye week because of the Pro Bowl and all that stuff that goes on, which is just a waste of
Could be a
time.
great Super Bowl.
That nobody watches.
Yeah, it will be a great Super Bowl. I know we said we would continue the way with Mahomes as long as it was Mahomes. We didn't want to see Allen.
Yeah.
We want to see Mahomes versus either Rodgers or Mahomes versus Brady.
Exactly.
Mahomes versus Brady is actually better.
It is.
Yeah.
I do agree. It's like the passing of the torch.
The GOAT versus the kid.
All right, Nate Burleson. All right, guys. Albert, you sent this to us, and you and Jeff answered. I don't even remember what you guys answered. I didn't want to look at it because I want you to share it with everyone, the posters.
I didn't even answer actually.
Oh, you didn't?
Nah, it was just.
Oh, okay. Well, this is your chance to share it with everybody and explain it. So, who would like to go first? And for the people that are listening on the DSPs that we are on, this is build your record label with $15. You've probably seen this on Twitter, Facebook, and it's you have artists in different columns, and they have a price attached to them. So, like in the first row, you have Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Lil Wayne, and it's $7. So you can spend $14 on 2 artists, which I think Jeff did his first time, or you can get 1 artist in each of those different categories, like the $7, $4, $3, $1, because that amounts to $15. So who would like to go first and pick who you want in your record label?
Yeah, I'll go first, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick the same. I think I'm gonna switch it up. Just go.
You want me to pick, or you want me to go? Because okay.
Yeah, if you want to go, that's fine. I thought you wanted to pick for me.
Yeah. Like,
What?
you get this. You get this.
Okay, you go first.
All right. So, first pick, $7. Gotta go with the man, Jersey Drake.
Let's go.
That's a no-brainer. This man, I mean, just him alone will make me rich. Next, let's see. How should we do this? I say, let's get a little Uzi. We're gonna put a little Uzi in there this go time.
Yeah. All right.
This man dropped the album a few months ago, Eternal Intake, and that flew off the shelf.
He dropped the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the deluxe. Come on now, don't act like you. We talked about this. This man
Hottest young
Albert, such a
rappers out
hater.
here.
Such a hater.
No replay value.
It does. It has a big fan base. All right, so that's $11. Let's see. And then we're gonna get Little Baby in there.
Okay. First good pick.
This man
Bro, that's at least 2 solid ones.
Oh yeah, you're right. Uzi is really good.
Can't talk to Albert, man.
Yeah.
Man.
What's Drake's new album called? Official Lover Boy or something?
Certified.
Certified.
First has to come out.
Exactly. It ain't no new album.
It's an official lover boy.
Yeah, Certified Lover Boy. Albert
that's
Certified Hater Boy.
That's his label name.
That's his
Official
label.
level.
But heck no. My record label's gonna be called Higher Records.
Boy.
So original.
This man gonna have Snoop Dogg.
It is original.
That's his.
It's my
CEO.
name.
Oh, hi. I thought you said higher.
I did too.
No, I knew he said Hyatt. I was thinking of the hotels. You know, yeah, Hyatt hotels.
Just jocking. They just jocking my style.
Oh yeah, because you were born before.
Yeah.
It was a family heirloom.
You missed out.
Yeah. I was adopted.
All right, man. You gonna pick your last person? Or...
But I thought I was 15.
Boy, you only picked 3.
That's 14.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
gonna be
you're
called
right.
broke entertainment records because y'all can't count money.
He think 11 plus 3 is 15.
All right, then we're gonna get who's his last dude on the right?
6 lakh.
Nah, he don't drop enough music.
Yeah, he's like Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, but better.
I want to say Sway Lee because he's hot with the features.
Oh, that's what that is. I thought his name was Ray Sherman. I guess that's the group.
Boy,
He thought that was Ray.
Is
You
that
know what Shrimmer was.
Their label is called Eardrummers. It's just spelled backwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm going Sway Lee.
All right, I'm going next. I'm going with my $7 pick, Lil Wayne.
Oh, what?
Albert, I'm on your head because me and you were going at it, texting each other back and forth. Again, you would not let it go. You keep saying that 50 Cent had a better career than Lil Wayne, but we can go hours on this, so I won't even go down that road, but I just had to bring it up. Why do you keep
Numbers don't lie.
this?
These two had two good albums.
And the
They
fact
don't
that
care. Lil Wayne's
well,
one album didn't outsell 50 Cent's bad
one
album.
album, wow. The disrespect.
The
And
Carter
fact,
3.
When you don't agree with something, you say numbers don't when you don't agree with something, you say numbers lie. But then when you believe
True.
something, you're like, numbers don't lie.
No, it's just depending on the circumstances. That's all it is.
Certified hater boy.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's your label. Yeah, sir.
Well, I'm going Lil Wayne because first of all, if I get Lil Wayne, I get his music. But then I get Drake and Nicki Minaj with them
That's true.
because he brought them into the game. So I get all of the Young Money artists, especially my favorite, Gutta Gutta. So I'm going with Lil Wayne.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
With $4, I was thinking of Thugger, but with that same mindset. But
might as
he
well.
just co-signs people. They're not actually on his label. So I'm not picking him. I'm not picking Newsy, even though, as Jeff said, when he drops something, it flies off the shelves. Not picking Future. I'm going with Tyler, the Creator.
Let's go.
One of the best rap albums. I can't even think of it now. What is it called?
It's so good that you can't even remember.
Igor.
You like that album?
I didn't like it personally, but I did like Earthquake. That's why I dressed like him for Halloween.
You just
2 Halloweens ago.
say the best rapper or whatever.
No, I said it was one of the best rap albums, not because I think that, but that's how it was acclaimed.
I didn't like it at all. I'm gonna have to re-listen to it.
It's different. It might be ahead of its time, like most of his music is. But I respect him as an artist, and with his Odd Future Wolfgang Kill 'Em All with his record label, he has the internet and
No, they're
a
good.
few other people I know that he has under his record label. So I get that music, and they have their own little niche, and the fact that they have that fan base, kind of like Uzi, where it's a cult following. I'm picking Tyler, the Creator. Now with my $3, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Lil Baby because he has a stamp on the culture. He'll be relevant for a very long time. He has the potential to be a Jay-Z that not even with music. I think anything that he is a part of, influence-wise, and just the fact that he seems to be a person that's highly intelligent as far as a businessman, because I'm already starting to see him involved in business ventures. He could be our generation. Well, of course that's Drake, but he could be another guy that can be in the rap game for a long time, not just because of his music. So I'm going with Lil Baby. And with my $1, I was thinking about Lil Durk because he's put on a lot of people. But I'm going to go with Sway Lee as well because those royalty checks with that song that he did with French Montana. What's that song?
Unforgettable.
called? Yeah. That song, Black Beatles, I Ain't Got No Type, Flex. Those songs are not going anywhere. Those are songs that are going to last for a long time. So I'm going with Sway Lee.
You're imprinted in the culture.
We need to talk about how French Montana needs to get kicked out of hip hop. One day though.
Albert, you going next?
Yeah. So obviously the best pick in the top this top lineup is TDE, baby.
Hey!
TDE, Top Dog Entertainment, K. Dot, Kendrick Lamar. Let's go.
Drake.
You got. I mean, this man won a Pulitzer Award. I mean, he's deep within the culture. There's no other rapper that can say I won the Pulitzer Award. You just can't say it.
Your name is Albert Bayless from now on. You were like Skip. You
I
repeat the same thing.
Hey, no other rapper can say this. That they won a Pulitzer Award. He's bringing hip hop into the community. He's growing hip hop. Let's go. Next one. I agree with you.
Really quickly. TDE. That's not Kendrick Lamar, so you're not getting the
What?
the SZA,
What?
the J Rock. You're not getting their discography.
How? Kendrick Lamar falls on the top dog.
Yeah, but he falls under it. He doesn't. That doesn't fall under him. He doesn't own TDE.
I don't care. Lil Wayne don't own Cash Money no more. I mean, Young Money no more either. He sold it for $100 million.
That's like saying I'm gonna pick. That's like saying I'm gonna pick Migos because I get QC. No.
Nah. I don't care. I don't even need them. It's fine.
Okay.
Next one. I agree with you, Dylan. I'm taking Tyler, the Creator. He has a great fan base. I don't care for his music. I don't care for his music. But his outreach and his fans are like their stands, and they love this man.
Yeah, they do.
Which brings me to my next pick, which is probably the worst pick of this row, the Baby. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, this man. What?
Hey, we're talking about building a record label where we're gonna go into pop culture, and the Baby got a lot of pop culture hits with Meg Thee Stallion, which brings in female fans and brings in pop fans. So we gotta think about money here. Let's go, baby. And for the last one, obviously, it's probably another bad pick. Ty Dolla $ign. Let's go, baby.
Oh,
Let's go.
no, sir.
$1.
Let's go.
It cost $1.
I guess those royalty checks from all those features will be pretty nice as well. But the Baby, you say he won't be relevant in the next 2 weeks. So
I know, but you gotta get him right hot.
Boy, you should pick 21.
this man record label gonna be about as successful as Nick Cannon's.
Heck yeah.
Oh, man. All right. First row, we going with Drake.
Let's go.
Gotta go with Drake, bro. He reaches everybody, has those pop hits, straight bangers on bangers on bangers. All right.
Top five.
Yes, sir. Next row, we going with Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
He gonna have that pop outreach, bro. Bringing in fans from across the lands, boy. All right, third row, we going with. We already know, Lil Baby. Man go crazy. Every song, every feature, every hook,
I wouldn't say every song.
every song, every hook.
His songs are fire.
Not
Next,
every song though.
Every song is fire.
It's
So
not.
with
It's my favorite.
this last row right here. I don't know why none of y'all said Lil Durk. I'm going with Lil Durk. We appealing to the hood people too, boy. Bring them in. We want all of them, bro. Bring them all in.
Hey, he got a point. He's definitely the last man standing with that original Chicago drill music that came out with Lil Reese, Chief Keef, of course, and those guys. He's the last man standing as far as relevancy, and he
He's
may
not
be,
even drilling anymore.
huh?
He's not even drilling anymore.
That's true. Yeah, he's crossed over, and his
Love songs.
his star has
Yeah.
never been this bright either.
Y'all heard that song with him and King Von? Still Trapping?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Okay. Thanks for
Oh,
the hookup. I'm just now hearing about it.
Yeah, you like.
We talked about his album like not too long ago.
Yeah, you really.
It wasn't that good. We talked about it for like 2 seconds. We started talking about everybody else's album.
Now we went to academics.
Yeah.
You didn't like his album? It was straight.
Exactly. It was straight. I didn't know which one to keep listening to because it was straight.
Oh, I like Death Ain't Easy.
If I don't really catch me on the first one, I'm not gonna I'll listen to it again, but I might miss a couple just being in the background.
Yeah, you heard that King Von and you was like, oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you do, Jeff?
No,
Man,
sometimes.
All
oh
right.
my gosh.
Hey,
Can we
I
use a
can't
different picture?
I can't find another picture.
This made me laugh every time.
Come up with a
It's
picture
actually
that can replace this one.
there was
Yeah.
actually like the
It can't.
anniversary a couple days ago.
Well, I mean, the picture of Albert's fine. I'm talking about the picture of us over on the
Oh,
side.
because you're all blurry.
Oh, I couldn't even see. I'm blocking it.
It's not even. It's not even about us. It's not even about me being blurry. It's just like this. It's so old.
Hey man, that was our
one.
first episode. Yeah, that was our first episode.
Nah, bro,
Feeling
we
nostalgic.
How time
Moved on.
flies.
moved on up in the world, man. Welcome back to Boy, I'm on Your Head, brought to you by Pot Ties. So check this out. This past Saturday, we had a fight. A fight that is. It wasn't that big, but it was a big fight. We had Conor McGregor, who's been MIA for quite some time, versus what's his first name? Dustin Poirier.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin Poirier, which is one of my favorite UFC fighters because he is pound for pound. This dude does not get tired. He's like an endless bolt of energy. He just keeps coming at you, which that's why I figured that he will win. Conor McGregor would not be able to keep up.
And he's coming out of Louisiana, Jeff.
I didn't know that. But yeah. Now, this was a great fight. Conor McGregor, you know Conor McGregor, how he is. He talks a lot of Irish smack. But guess what? This man got smacked.
I smacked on that ball head.
Yeah. I don't know why he came out bald. That's probably why he lost. This man just looks like a man. It looks like he shouldn't even be in the ring, the octagon. This man Poirier put this dude on his butt. They were striking. Conor McGregor did a couple cheap shots using his special technique, that shoulder hit when he was on the cage, hit him with a couple elbows. But when it came down to it, Poirier, man, he did what he was supposed to do, caught Conor slipping and put him on his back. And from what I saw, I think Conor McGregor need to pack it up. Maybe have one more fight and leave, with a dub, if possible. Because I think from here on out that I think everything's just going downhill for Conor.
Jeff, did you make this?
How's
I saw
that
this
bad
on
business?
Twitter.
I didn't make that.
Slump,
I can't
boy.
take credit for that, but
That's
Twitter
hilarious.
profile was at Hyatt Records, so I thought it was probably you.
I'll just say yes.
That's hilarious.
This Photoshop is about as bad as the interns.
That boy foot just
they
disappeared.
Irish.
You can see the
They
cameraman in the sofa.
Heck yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
funny, man.
Got
That boy,
slumped, boy.
slumped, boy. It looked like a long day at work, boy.
Hey, it was a short day at work, and he got money that a lot of people don't see in their lifetime. So I can understand why he came out of retirement to get his butt whooped.
Boy flew to a whole island just to go to sleep.
Yeah, man. Like Connor said, you can't stay at the game too long, man.
He bad for the sport. He shouldn't. Man. He need
You
to be
want
done.
that check, man?
He's bad
And
for
then-
the sport.
Yes.
He's not.
Not as far as the numbers wise, because people are gonna draw to him because he talks all this crap, but he's bad for the sport. He gets to that level and he thinks he's above the sport, and that's how certain people phase out. They think they're above the brand. They think they're above the NFL, the NBA, even the WWE. They become these larger than life figures and then forget like how they got there.
All right, man. So DaniLeigh, hot topic on the streets right now, bro. And it's not just because she is with the baby, one of the biggest stars out right now. She dropped the single, man. She dropped the single, and it is called Yellow Bone. All right, bro. Now, many people they are upset because they think she is, she's being like a colorist, as the song title implies, Yellow Bone. They think she's bashing, darker skin tones, and basically they think she's saying that yellow bones are superior. So she's getting bashed in the media today, like right now, probably as we speak. Now,
Got some
however,
lyrics for us?
I don't, because I didn't listen to it. But
Basically, the song is saying, and because she's dating the baby, a lot of people are saying this is lyrics for the baby, but the baby is dating her because his preference, like a lot of men, preference is women that are a lighter skin complexion, and so she's getting a lot of
right,
backlash because of that. Because why bring up your skin tone in such sensitive times?
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then we all know artists. The debate is: are they really successful because of their talent, or is it because of their appearance?
yeah.
I don't
So
even know who she is.
Nobody does.
What? She got a
Well,
fire
yeah.
song with Chris Brown,
I heard the name before, but
yeah, man.
but that's because it's Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
breezy.
Her music just like Saweetie's.
Oh,
Whoa!
Sweetie's
whoa,
trash.
Whoa!
sorry.
Whoa!
I
No.
don't even know who that is.
Exactly.
Tap in, tap in.
Well,
It's Quavo's woman.
Yeah.
when your August issue of Jet Magazine comes in the mail, I'm sure this will be mentioned in Saweetie.
He also gonna say it's gonna be a Happy New Year's version. Oh wait, a New Year? Happy New Year!
Oh my god. All right, man. But bro, I'm not on her head for her making the song, man. She's an artist. Artists put out, artists are gonna do what they do, regardless of if it's controversial or not. It's their art. It's whatever they want to put out. Put it out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bash you for that. I'm just on her head for saying that she wasn't sensitive to the topic. Like, how are you not sensitive to the topic? And with everything going on, just like Dylan said, it's like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know, dude. But I'm not gonna criticize. I'm not gonna criticize her for it, bro. She is an artist, but and you should feel good in the skin you're in. Do you just be sensitive, to the topic.
Read
But-
the room.
So
Exactly.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
but
it right there.
But this is what she said. You know how people are guilty when during like racial stuff like that when they say these things right here. And it can be a personal thing to certain people because colorism is a real thing. But this right here, but I'm not that. I'm not a colorist or a racist. I date a whole chocolate man. I have chocolate friends. Skin is not something I even see. Like, I was fine with you, but don't say that because now you sound guilty.
Yeah, and the worst PR move is I don't see color. That's the
Yes.
dumbest thing to say. You don't say that. If you accept yourself for being the light skin that you are, then you should also see other people and accept them for the color that they are as well.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like, if you're bad, like I'm not going to bash you. You look good, but don't. You did not.
Exactly.
You did not have to say that because that's how you know you're guilty. That's like us saying, "Oh, I'm not racist. I have white friends," or white friends saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
vice versa." Like, you don't have to say that.
That's exactly what that is. Especially in the worst defense is to say I don't see color. Well, you need to see color because when you don't see color, then stuff like this gets put out, and the same people gets featured on a magazine and stuff like that. You actually need to see color.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
bashing her for making her music though.
You can't say you don't see color when you just made a song called Yellow Bone.
Yeah.
Exactly. How you gonna be colorblind but know that you're yellow? That was a good
Like,
one,
man,
Jeff.
just be
We wasted all that time expressing how
Yeah.
we felt about it. You just summed it up in 3 words.
Man, I had to let the fans know, what's going on in the world.
No, that was good, Karen. I wasn't expecting that. I thought you were probably talking about basketball or something, but you woke. Didn't know it.
Yes.
So your
Stay
record label, is it under Childish Gambino's because he came out with a song called Redbone and you're Yellowbone?
Me, I'm red.
Oh, you read? Oh.
So I've been told.
Boy, I'm on your head. Now, why am I on Dylan's head? You may ask. Well, you have your answer. It's not because of his sorry winning record since the start of Pick 6. That's not it.
You describe it as a winning record. Thank you.
It's not because of his losing record since the start of Pick 6. It's not because of this suspect photo here. I don't know why he didn't include the rest of the photo, but, you know, I don't know what Dylan was doing here. But, yeah, it's because of your favorite rapper, Drake. You are an OVO fan. And guess what was supposed to drop last week, right? Certified Lover Boy.
He didn't say an actual date.
Yes, he did. He actually said a date. No, he did. He said an actual date. But, no, it was an actual date. But, guess what? No, it was supposed to be the 21st. It was supposed to be right after the inauguration. Either 20th or 21st. But, I just got the message on Twitter. It's trending right now. He changed the album name. It's still no date, but it's now called Certified Hurt Boy because this man got hurt, tore his ACL, and can't put out an album. Why? Because Drake is scared. And he messed up by not putting out this album at the beginning of the new year. I'm going to read off a couple names here. Right? And it's crazy this year. We got some hot records that are coming this year. Roddy Ricch is coming with Feed the Streets 3 in February. Pusha T's coming out with a new album. 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne are doing a collabo called Collie Grove 2. DJ Khaled is dropping the album.
Butt cheeks.
Right.
DMX is coming out with an album this year.
He reaching.
Cardi B is coming out with an album. Future dropping 2 projects, one with Lil Baby. J. Cole is dropping the album. K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar is dropping the album. Meek Mill, Lil Baby. Migos is dropping the album. Nipsey Hussle, his posthumously album's coming out. Nicki Minaj is dropping Pink Friday 2. Not 1, 2 is dropping. Travis Scott, Post Malone, and Young Thug. Those are some of the names that are dropping this year. And for Drake to dominate the charts like he wants to, he messed up. You know who put out an album while they were hurt? Yeezus. Kanye. Kanye recorded Through the Wire, one of the best records ever, while this man had a broken jaw and his mouth was shut, wired shut. And Drake hurt his leg and about to push his whole album back 2 years. Certified Hurt Boy, I'm on your head.
First of all, I'm not in the board meetings with him and OVO when they decide the release date for a project. Second of all, you listing all those artists and their supposedly projects that are coming out this year was about as bad when you listed all the people that 50 Cent dissed in that one song. You talking about Lil' Kim's mama and Mace and all those guys. We don't care. You think any of those projects will be as big as Drake's when he finally decides to put it out? I think not. You are, if you had an album, the initials would be CLB, but it wouldn't be because it's called Certified. It would be, I can't talk, but it would be because it would be called Confused Loser Boy. You are confused, young sir. Drake does this all the time. He always pushbacks the project because Jeff said it before. He's doing it for anticipation purposes. He gets you excited, you're invested, and then he takes it away from you. You got to be quicker than that. And now we want it even more. So whenever the cis guy decides to drop, it's a blessing from up above. That's right, Toronto. because he's up north. So don't give me that. And since it's called Certified Lover Boy, the release date may just be pushed back to February 14th, Valentine's Day. Certified Lover Boy. Valentine's.
Certified Hurt Boy.
Nah.
Certified
When is
Hurt
yours
Boy.
coming out? When is Confused Loser Boy coming out?
Hey, it's gonna drop on the day I say it is, and I'm gonna come through. And we must not forget that this is the most anticipated album from Drake of his career, because this is supposed to be bigger than and better than Take Care. It's supposed to be. We talked about this. And he has all the pressure in the world on him. He gonna fold.
All right. Enough shenanigans. It's my turn.
No, look,
baby.
Because guess what? I'm on your head, Albert, and Kyron's.
I wasn't in this.
I'm on your head, both of you, because you think that Future would beat Travis Scott by a landslide in a versus battle. But your day is coming, and your day is coming. Me and Jeff about to destroy both of y'all.
Speaking of,
Interesting.
Little did you know, Jeff started a group chat with us three, and he was like, "Man, I'm with Kyron and you."
I wouldn't be surprised.
I actually think Travis Scott's gonna win, bro. I was listening through some of
It's
Future's
lit.
old stuff, and he doesn't have that many like
Who don't?
Future.
Boy,
Like his projects. His projects, like he has like maybe one or two good songs on there. Now his features are probably gonna like.
that's what it counts.
Exactly.
Don't act like Travis Scott don't have features.
There's no better
Certified
collab.
bop.
There's no better collabo that's out right now that are better than those two.
Then who?
Drake and
Drake
Travis
and Future.
Oh, my internet went out again.
Scott. Drake and Travis
Anyway, it's very ironic that Future's name is Future, because he should be called Prehistoric because the music industry left him behind years ago. I mean, my internet went out again. It's ironic that
It should have went out.
The
on, man.
negatory.
Did we
not
forget that there was
not
a
even gonna-
company?
Y'all about to break down duet?
I was just saying
I'm
there
not
was
even going.
Y'all do that on purpose now.
Oh god, they about to say
Dylan was just sitting there waiting. Say something. I know, but
There's a company that named that actually Future needs to sue them. There was a company that named themselves after a Future and Drake song. It's called LG because life's good.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
they came out way before.
Hey, you hush.
Life hasn't been good ever since that song came out.
For real.
That's true.
But I'm not even going to talk about individual tracks because Jeff and I don't want to give you our secret recipe before we had this versus. But Rodeo, classic album. Birds in the Trap, Sing, McKnight, classic. Huncho Jack Huncho, that was terrible. But we're not going to act like Travis and Quavo don't give us any type of anthems when they get in the studio together or when they get on a track. So we're not going to go there. Astro World, the biggest album of 2019. Or dang, 2018? Dang, that came out in 2018?
For real?
Hey.
Was it 2018?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
been a little minute.
It's been a minute. I didn't know.
God dang. Jack Boys, that was I could do without, but that wasn't because of Travis Scott. This man, I don't even know why I'm wasting my breath. Like I'm just gonna
we
let
can
that-
go
I'm
back to Dirty Sprite.
and I'm on
Damn.
Kyron said, I'm not even like Kyron, I don't even want to be on your head, but the fact that when Albert wasn't on here, when he disappeared. You said the man could win half of the rounds.
I was being nice.
How he gonna win half?
So if you're being not nice,
What he
yeah,
gonna win?
you said 8 rounds.
Yeah, me being
Ooh, whoa,
Logic.
go easy on him.
me being logical. I mean, me being logical is just think he can win like 8 rounds, but he's still gonna lose, which I said since the get go.
He not winning more than 6. Let's be honest.
Oh, he just gonna lose.
Jump man. That boy up to something. After COVID's coming off, guess what you doing? You taking your mask off.
Sun is down, freezing cold. That's how we already know.
That's his only for sure song that he got that can beat. Let's be honest.
Bro, literally, features. He's gonna have to go up there and literally list all of his features. He's not gonna even be able to put up any of his actual songs.
And is that bad? Is
Yes,
that
that's
bad though?
Yes, that's
No,
bad. Why would
that's
you go-
actually
why would
not
you go-
bad.
Why would you go into a versus battle with songs from Drake and all these other artists?
There is
How about
no
you
rules
put your-
in the
your
versus
own-
battle that say you cannot.
Exactly. That's how
Features.
that's how they had a producers battle because they literally wrote for everybody else. Even Neo and Jonte Austin, they wrote for a lot of other people, but they still had their own bag.
Point is, Travis Scott can go up there and actually play his own songs.
It's gonna be me and Kyron versus Dylan because Jeff ain't making no sense.
Who gonna say, "Oh, let me go in a versus battle and not play my biggest hits"? Boy,
Unless
biggest
unless
hits
you
are
play
Boyyyy.
all of DS2, then I just don't see how you win this.
Dylan, what were we just doing like 5 minutes ago? We were talking
Y'all were
at the same damn time.
hey,
Let's go. Y'all forgot about that.
I
damn.
didn't. I was just listening to that
Exactly.
because I was.
And what were you doing
do my
last
research.
episode? You disappeared, and Jeff called you Nightcrawler. Y'all probably don't know that's a Travis song.
No, we do.
We
I
don't.
know what it is.
You know how much this jacket costs? $3,500 for the show. $3,500 for the coat.
I like that song, man.
Yeah, see,
know
Kyron,
you
come
do.
on over.
We know
Come
you
on
do,
over,
Kyron.
All right, I don't like it anymore.
Go switch up now.
Guess what? This man put out a song called "Real Sisters." I can't even repeat it. That's how explicit it was.
Hey, if Thought It Was a Drought comes on, I'm gonna be on your
Yeah.
side for 2 minutes. Hey, that's one of the hardest songs ever. But
It's Gucci flip flops.
Travis Scott still winning. I'm gonna stop listening to songs. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to do that intentionally. you sing a hook, then you know I gotta sing a hook. Cause I don't know how to let things go. So I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop.
Man.
I already gave you a few freebies. We're not even going. That's not even in our top 10. The songs I just.
I'm sure ours not
Guess,
even.
guess what they said when Caesar died, when they killed him? King's dead.
There you go again.
Yeah, that's your.
I hope you
your
play that
favorite
song.
No, we ain't played that.
All we gotta do is play.
Dog.
All we gotta do is play Kisha Lamar part because it went hard.
No, that's what you can't do in a versus battle. If you're in a solo artist, you can't play the person that
You gotta
is
play
featured
your
on the
verse.
song with you and only play their verse. That's whack.
Yeah.
We just played the chorus then. That's fine.
That's not
He wasn't
future. Is
even,
it?
yeah, he wasn't even on the chorus.
All the time.
It don't matter.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You
Albert-
can't go
Albert
up there playing
cheats.
features.
Nah.
He puts his sliders on 100, then he tells us, "Nah, don't touch yours." The Lil Wayne versus 50 Cent battle, he was like, "No features." Then this man got Nate Dogg singing his heart out, and then we were like, "Hey, what we say about features?" No. Remember, I said no Lil Wayne features. What? That's how you know our artist was better.
Yep.
Bro, we even said when it was Future versus Young Thug that it was going to be a blowout and Future's going to win. There's no way that Travis Scott is beating Young Thug. There's no way Travis Scott is going to beat Future. It's a hierarchy. It's a hierarchy.
You are sleeping, bro. Travis Scott goes hard, way harder than Young Thug.
Yeah, okay.
Do you even listen to Young Thug?
He says
No.
he does.
Exactly. You don't even listen to Young Thug. So how are you gonna say that he's like Travis Scott cannot beat Young Thug?
Because we said Young Thug couldn't be Future. It's a hierarchy.
He didn't say that.
Nah, we said that some episodes ago. We talked about this.
No, I don't. Then I didn't say that Young Thug would be Future, but I did say that I would at least battle you, and I would play Young Thug songs because that's how confident I am in my song selection.
I wouldn't be.
Young Thug got some heat, but
He does.
He's not beating Travis Scott in the Verzuz.
Not at all.
Well, that'll do it for episode 39. Jeff, go ahead and finish this off like we're going to do when we finish them off in the Travis Scott versus Future Versus.
Let's go. Apologize. Make sure you guys stay tuned for this battle because it's going to be epic. It's going to break the Guinness Book World Records.
Let's go. The most lies told by two individuals.
Facts.
Yes. Alvin and Kyron. But besides that, just need you guys to do 3 things.
Only 3.
Make sure you smash that like button. Give us a thumbs
Indeed.
up. The subscribe button. Make sure you smash that. Join the ties. So that we can keep them ties strong as always. That big
Let's
red
go.
button. You cannot miss it. It needs to be hit. Do it now.
Do it.
Yes.
I'll even wait for you. Have you done it yet? Great. Moving on to the best part. The bell. I need you to destroy it.
Let's go.
That way you can be notified every time we post Wednesdays and Fridays.
Bangers.
Let's go.
Straight bangers. And I ain't just talking about Travis Scott's songs.
Yeah, straight fire. It's lit. Check us out on these digital streaming platforms: Amazon Music,
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts,
Another one.
Google Podcasts,
What?
iHeartRadio,
Say it again.
Spotify, Stitcher,
Mm.
Tune in to stay tuned in, and much more.
Let's
We're
go.
global.
Globo.
All right. Until our 40th episode,
Big time.
I am Dylan. That's Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
That's Kyron.
That's Kyron.
And that's Albert.
And that's Albert.
And this is Jeff's last episode. Peace, Podsters.
We out.